Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 1, Episode 5. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so Karen's daughter, Raven, she's 17, she's about to go off to college, so Karen is concerned about her safety. She wants them to take a self-defense class together to make sure that she's prepared for whatever may come her way. We find out that Karen was mugged about a year and a half ago. She said that they stole her damn diamond necklace. They didn't get her wedding ring only because she had took it off and she had then tucked it away in them big-ass titties that she got. I was like, dang, her boobs are huge! And they just be pushed together and everything. For her to be so small, they are just so big. But anyway, they're at the self-defense class, and once it's over, they sit down off to the side, and Karen is looking at her baby, and she gets emotional. If somebody tries to do something to you, you just beat their ass. I don't care what me and your dad has taught you about being nice to everybody. That's not the time to be nice. I can really relate to how she feels, man. I think about my son about to go away to college, y'all, and I get a little choked up myself, even though he has a year left. I'm just like, oh, you be worried that you prepared your kids the best way and that they're going to be okay when they go away. I just be like, y'all, look, I'm getting a little teary-eyed now. Let me move on. Later on, Gizelle goes to visit with Karen. They just going to sit down and talk and gossip about, what's been going on. They going to talk about this party that Ashley had. Giselle was just like, so what party is it that I'm invited to that I got to buy a fucking drink? And if you're going to take care of me at a party, take care of me or don't invite me. Then I was just like, did she have the whole place to herself? Kind of looked like they just had a little section. Karen was just like, look, don't even worry yourself about it because I have rented a yacht that's going to cruise us down the Potomac, and I am going to show her how it is to host, grown and mature women. She just a baby. She just don't know no better. And let me remind you that this is a BYOM party. That's bring your own man. Gizelle was just like, how's she gonna have a bring your own man party when, I'm single? The fuck Sharice's gonna do? Her husband ain't even here. I'm gonna bring a man, but why is she saying that we need to bring a man when half the group ain't got one? Then they talk about Katie and Andrew and the fact that they was hunching at the fucking party the whole entire night to the point where everybody was really grossed out. Giselle was like, I think that bitch was on something. Karen was just like, well, I don't know if she was on anything. But somebody in my comments said that it looked like they was on ecstasy the way that they were acting. Now that people are starting to point it out, I was just like, yeah, you know what? It do kind of seem like they was a little bit more than just regular drunk. I mean, you get that fucking horny just from a couple of drinks? Yeah, it might have been a little something else mixed in with them cocktails now. Now I got the side eye. Karen is just like, well, I don't know if she was on drugs or not. I mean, what do you think? And Gizelle was like, well, I'm going to talk to her. And Karen was like, okay, good. Because, I ain't trying to start no shit like that. She was like, no, I'm going to talk to her and find out exactly what was going on with her. But I think we need to be a little concerned. Speaking of Katie, Karen meets with Katie because Katie is taking over this family foundation. I think it's called the Ross Foundation or something like that. And, she's pretty nervous. She wants to make sure that she holds it up to the same esteem that her parents held it up to. She don't quite have the connections that her parents had because Katie, the more that we see her on this show, we realize that bitch was off in New York modeling somewhere and just acting a hot ass mess. She is definitely not the prim and proper and put together etiquette field lady that they would have wanted us to believe at the beginning. Every time that y'all open her mouth now, I just be like, oh, this girl is really kind of just all out there. Honey, this show is definitely letting her skeletons out the closet. I don't know if this is a good look for Miss Katie. But anyway, she sat down with Karen and she's just telling her how, she's about to have this party. She wants to have a casino party. She's trying to raise $100,000. And Karen was just like, wow, that's mighty ambitious. She was just like, yeah, and I wanted to see if you would be on the board because Katie has already told us that she needs Karen's Rolodex. Karen is very well connected in the community. Okay, I guess you've been there 98 years. You would be too. Karen was just like, yeah, I don't think that I can do that. Okay, I'm already spread myself pretty thin. I got this and that going on. Plus, the motherfuckers that you guys be dealing with, y'all a little too young for me, a little bit too wild for me. I can't be attaching myself to no shit like that. Katie, she feels bad about how she acted at the party. She says she wants to apologize because she doesn't want Karen to get that type of impression of her, but Karen already has it. And now that Gizelle done dropped that bug in her ear that the bitch is on drugs, Karen really ain't trying. Can you imagine Karen being somewhere and, being tied up with some damn fucking pill popper like Katie? No. So Karen is just like, no, I'm gonna have to gracefully decline. I ain't doing that, baby. Katie was just like, well, can I get that Rolodex? And she was like, and that's what you're not gonna get. Later on, we get Katie and Andrew. They going golfing with Ashley and Michael. Katie says she just there for the short ass skirts. Okay, I tell you, that bitch is hot. It's very clear that she and Ashley don't really know how to play golf. That instead, you know, this is just what they rich white husbands / boyfriends do. Okay, so they get out there, they fuck around on the damn greens for a little while. And when Ashley is having a problem trying to hit her ball, Katie goes behind her, kind of puts herself up real close to her to show her how to hit it. I said, okay, Katie. I think Katie might be a little more kitty clickish than she want to admit. But anyway, after all of that, honey, the men was just like, we gonna go and play real golf, and y'all go sit your ass down and talk whatever y'all gonna do over there. So that's when they sit down and talk. And Katie, I get the impression that Katie is one of those ones that she doesn't really like the other lady. She doesn't really like them, or she's kind of jealous of everybody. She knows she needs them, but she kind of talks bad about the girls when she's with Ashley. And then when she's with the girls, she talks, you know, kind of reckless about Ashley. So I was just like, yeah, that Katie is, Katie is telling her about this casino party that she wants to have, and how she was trying to get Karen on the board, but, you know, Karen was just like, well, you know, I'm a little too old for the people that you guys cater to, and I would rather not be a part of it. That's not exactly what Karen said. Maybe that's what she said, you know, that they edited out. But Ashley was just like, well, that's pretty ageist of her. How could she just say that, you know, the younger group is, you know, not as mature? Katie was just like, yeah, that's the same thing. I was just like, why would she care about whether or not they're young or not? And then she said that, you know, she told her that she was trying to get $100,000, but, you know, Karen told her that she needed to bring it down, and Ashley didn't understand that either. And Katie was just like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I understand why she's telling me to do all this. I was like, bitch, now this is what you needed. You thought that you wanted Karen's help. Now you're sitting here talking to Ashley, and all of a sudden you mad at Karen, and, you know, all of this. That's what I'm telling you about Katie. She is, some ain't right about Katie. I can't quite put my finger on it, but some about her is, I'm telling you, it ain't right. Now, we find out that Charisse and Robin are actually pretty good friends. They've been knowing each other since 2003 when their husbands worked together. I guess her husband was, Robin's husband was the player, and Charisse's husband was the coach for, I think, the Washington Wizards, they said. Of course, right now, their relationships are all in two different places. Charisse is telling Robin, you know, it's just to the point now where it looks like I'm ready to file for a divorce. I even sent him a text message, told him, you know, if this is what you want, then fine. You obviously are living your life down there, and I guess I need to live my life up here. I will start the proceedings. Okay. I don't know why we be wanting to give this big old swan song when they already done moved on with their fucking life and could really care less. It's sad that we already think that about the husband. We ain't even seen Bruh Man on the show. Totally missing from her and her children's lives. I think we all have got to the point where we know that Brother Man has been over it. And I guess Charisse is finally just getting the picture. But whatever you gotta do to make yourself happy, look, okay, ain't no sense in trying to be with somebody that don't want to be with you. It's the one thing to fight for something that's worth fighting for, but when the shit is over, it's just done. Okay, so Charisse is finally at that point, I guess. But when they talk about Robin and her relationship with Juan, listen, I ain't got time for Robin in this foolishness, okay? But you're not going to sit here and tell me that you guys stay in the same house, sleep in the same bed, have sex with each other, but you guys not in a relationship. She was trying to tell Charisse that that's what people do all the time. She was like, that ain't what people do when we living in the same house and sleeping in the damn bed with them. Yeah, you can fuck people whenever you want to. But this is something a little bit different. I mean, hell, her kids don't even know that they're not together. I mean, her kids are small anyway, so they wouldn't understand. But what is this? Why are we doing all of this? I understand that ain't nobody got no money and that they have to combine these finances and try to make shit work. You know, everybody wants to be around the kids. I got all that. But the fact that y'all still in the same bed and sleeping together, fucking each other, like, I mean, are you even trying to act like y'all separated? How about somebody sleep in a different room? Okay, ain't no couch around there to motherfucking get on. I was just sitting there just like, oh, don't give me this complicated shit, because life doesn't have to be this complicated. You making your own life complicated now. Who the hell is going to ever date you if you are staying in the house with your damn ex-husband? What the fuck sense does that make? Oh my God. I was just like, why are we as women now? I mean, and then she saw all all into this whole, he's about to go away to work and, it's why do you even care? If you guys are not together, then why do you care that he's leaving? If he's going to be able to provide financially to you guys, then that's all you should be concerned about. Robin in this whole, is complicated and, it's a lot to it. Bitch, it ain't a lot to it. Okay, you need to get over yourself. I can't stand when women just, and him too, obviously. But he ain't gonna complain because he probably doing whatever he feel like doing. And then the minute that she catch him probably fucking around with somebody and then get real mad, then he gonna say, look, we not even really together. Women, we do it to ourselves. We give them a right to say shit like that. I don't know what the hell is wrong. Y'all, I'll tell you that Robin, I was listening to her, I was just like, this girl is crazy. And I like Robin, but you ain't gonna sit up here and try to fool us with this because we ain't buying it. We see Ashley and her husband, they supposed to be opening some Australian restaurant out there, okay, Australian cuisine. But she said that this is her baby because, she wants to be able to provide financially for her family, okay. Her mom didn't have a lot, okay, was the mother and the father, classic story of a single mom trying to raise her children the best way that she can. So now that Ashley is older, she wants to be able to, do for her mother. She says, even though it's all on her, her husband is the financial backer, but that's all. I was like, bitch, that's all for sure. Hell, if you ain't got no damn money, you ain't got no fucking restaurant. Okay, so, don't try to downplay what old daddy is doing. She says, they're going to interview some staff and y'all was the most bootleg, random, thrown together mishmash of people. I said, what the hell kind of people they going to have in this damn restaurant? They all were like, they were all wonderful. Okay, the one guy getting up, doing the little dance, the little death drop or whatever they call it. I was just like, yeah, this is a strange little mix. I don't want none of them people working at my fucking restaurant. We see her interacting with her mom. We already had saw the mom who had made that fucked up ass birthday cake last week. Okay, but I guess it's the thought that counts, y'all. Her mom looked like she just glad that her daughter didn't hit the payday. Okay, mom was like, where the drinks at? Bitch, give me some Patron up in this mug. I guess the mom has to let a little steam off. She's about to file bankruptcy and she's nervous. Ashley doesn't want that to have happened. So Ashley is working really hard to make sure that her mother's okay. Her mom was like, honey, you ain't got to take care of me. You just make sure you hold on to your man so you ain't got to make the mistakes that mama made, okay? But mama gonna be all right. If I feel like I need your help in the future, I'll ask. Now, I told you that there's this yacht party that they have to go to, so Gizelle needs a date. She's dating this guy who, I think that she said he was, he's running for the House of Representatives or something, okay? She met him, he had on the green pants. She was just like, oh, the green pants, oh, okay. I was just like, already I can tell. She need a little extra with her man, okay? Not no, clean cut, no green pant wearing motherfucker, okay? When they sit down, he one of them corny ones that kind of assuming, that he's already in. She just sort of like, oh, slow your roll. This is only date number 2. That don't mean that you completely in like that. He trying to feed her oysters and, he kind of has like this underlying sexual tension there where he's trying to have it. But, like I said, Gizelle was just like, yeah, I need a little bit more swag. I need a little bit more roughneck with my shit. I can't be up in here with Mr. Cookie Cutter like this. He don't look like nothing I can see her with. But damn it, she need a fucking date. He say he available. So I guess he's going to be the person that she brings to this yacht party that Miss Karen is having. On the day of the event, we find out that Robin and her man are not showing up because, like I said, they're not in a relationship. So it would be very awkward for her to show up at a outing with Juan, okay, and mix up the messages any more than the shit is already mixed up. But all the rest of the girls get there. Like I said, Gizelle shows up with the House of Representatives man. Karen is there with, Uncle Jessup Daddy. I actually like her husband. People keep on saying that he looks like Pete. I was like, y'all don't even put Peter down like that. Okay, that man do not look like Peter in any kind of way. Just because he's dark and older with gray hair, absolutely not. All this. If the nigga would just cut all this shit off. You have your nice little goatee, and I know he old school and everything, but I'm gonna need you to tame the shit. That shit is all just a... Nigga, you didn't know that a beard had sound effects, did you? But other than that, he seemed to be kind of with it, you guys. He ain't, the old paw that I thought he was. Anyway, they at the yacht party. I said, bitch, if that ain't a fucking dinner cruise boat, I know something. That ain't no yacht. We ain't got no side views of it or nothing. You know how Real Housewives of Atlanta, they show everything. That motherfucker stayed at the top of that damn boat the entire time. I said, her, you ain't gonna fool us not today. Even Sharice is there, okay? And Sharice ain't got no man. She was just like, I don't even really know why she would invite me to something. I mean, a couple's cruise. But I see you brought your ass there. It looked like she had brought one of her girlfriends with her. And it looked like it was other people on this boat. So, I mean, I guess you just mix and mingle with everybody else. It looks like they was on the boat for a pretty good little while. Okay, as the sun starts to go down, we see Katie. She pulls Gizelle to the side. She's talking to her. And again, she's got to eat crow and apologize for old hookish ass ways that she was acting at the party. Kissing and grinding on Andrew all night. But you got to understand that that's how she keep the nigga in line. Okay, she trying to get her to get married. She just had to do what she had to do, but she's sorry. Gizelle was just like, yeah, I mean, it was very strange. Like, I kind of felt like, you know, something else was going on there. Okay, Gizelle didn't come right out and say it looked like she was on something, but you could tell that that's where she was leading. But I don't think Katie picked up on that. She was just like, yeah, I had too much to drink. I was doing too much. I'm sorry. But that ain't why I'm here. I want to ask you if you would be on the board for this casino party that I'm having. Okay, I'm trying to raise $100,000 for this Ross Foundation, and I want you to be a part of it. Now, she agrees. Okay, she gonna go on and be a part of this damn thing because even though Katie gets on her nerves a little bit, you know, she just gonna try to help the girl out. And then, you know, as the evening turned into night, Ashley's husband, Michael, decided, you know what, this is a perfect night to take a little dip. This motherfucker started undoing his pants. Ashley was just like, oh, baby, what you doing? And he was just like, oh, I think I'm gonna go for a swim. Okay, damn boat ain't moving anyway. Giselle sees him and is just like, hey, wait a minute. No. You know, Karen's just like, oh my God, no, he's not taking off his pants. She runs up over there to him and is just like, no, we're not gonna do swimming today. He was just like, oh no, we're not gonna do swimming. His pants was down. He had those fucking boxers looked like they had hearts or some shit on it. She's like, no, we not gonna do that today, baby. Giselle was like, Ashley, we black, honey. We don't do shit like this. You can't have a man taking his damn clothes off on the damn yacht party. Fuck wrong with y'all? Okay, Ashley thought the whole shit was gonna be a good time. And this is when Ashley invites everybody to her husband's beach house in wherever it was. Only for the girls. Okay, so they're just like, oh, okay, well, that sounds really nice. I can do the beach house thing. Ashley was just like, nobody can come if you have a protrusion in your pants. That fucking Katie gonna say, what if you have a big clit? Andrew even was just like, baby, not now. Yeah, that Katie, yeah, you guys, she is definitely not the person that everybody was trying to make her seem to be. It's some shit with Katie. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be some shit with Katie. Alright, you guys, so that's it. You guys know these days on Monday with these two videos be a long ass day. Anyway, you guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.